You know, one crazy thing that I've realized in my life is that I don't get along with all my watches. And that's kind of odd to say. Like, what do you mean you don't get along with your watches? I have a lot of watches that I can't wear. For one reason or another, I just can't wear. I do like having them there. I'm not trying to get rid of them. I just don't get along with them. It's just watches that I have there, and every time I try to wear them, I walk to the car or to the truck and I'm ready to leave, and I said, "No, this is not the watch I want to wear." Or even if I do wear it, I go somewhere, then I'm uncomfortable because I'm thinking, "Man, why did I bring this watch?" And I know nobody's looking at my watch, nobody really cares, but it's something that all of us watch guys we notice. We realize that, man, I should have brought this other watch, or why did I bring this watch? Watch is not even appropriate, or this is not the watch I wanted to wear for this, or stuff like that. Why am I even wearing this watch? Or I should have at least put it on a NATO or a different watch band or something like that. So I think there's watches that we don't get along with, and I think that makes us hoarders. In my case, I consider myself a hoarder. I have two examples of two watches here. One I'm actually wearing right now. It's a Doxa, a Sub 300, which is an interesting watch. It'd be a perfect watch for a lot of people out there. I'm sure a lot of guys would really love to have this watch. But for me, it's a watch I don't get along with. It's a watch that's it's just in my box. It never gets worn, and when it does get worn, I kind of have a bad taste in my mouth with this watch. I'm thinking, man, why did I even wear it? And I know I'm thinking that right now, but I'm wearing it for the video. And it's like some shirts that I have, and this is not a good comparison, but I'll say it anyways. In my closet, I have a closet full of brand new shirts that I never wear, and I always wear the same shirts. And the thing is that my wife and daughters are always giving me shirts, and I can't throw them away. I can't what do I do with them? And they're shirts I don't wear, mostly because I don't like logos on my shirt. So I've always told them, if you ever buy me a shirt, make sure it has no logo. So no C's, no K's, no T's, there's no logo, nothing that I don't no branding on a shirt anywhere that's visible. And of course, they always bring, "Do you like this shirt?" I gotta say yes, and it's there, and usually they're nice shirts, but just because they have a logo, I can't wear it. It doesn't go with me. I know a lot of guys, like a younger guy, he can wear a shirt with says Champion or Calvin Klein or whatever, and it probably looks good on them. Me as an older guy, I don't want to have any logos on my clothes, and this is just me personally. I mean, I'm not saying that it goes with the age. It's just I don't like logos. I mean, my pants can say Levi's or Wranglers or whatever, and it doesn't matter to me if my pants have a logo on them. But my shirts, I just can't wear with logos. And it's the same thing that happens with some of the watches. It's not the brand. It's not the brand. It's not the branding on the watch. It's just the way it looks, or the something about it that I just can't wear it. And I know that turns me. And I'm sure a lot of you guys too into hoarders. That's why I have a video that says the watches that I wear the most, and I have those in a separate box. And right now I'm going to show you guys two examples of two watches that I have that I can never wear. And this is one of them. This is the Doxa Sub 300, the Aqualung, which is an interesting watch. I didn't pay what it's worth. I got it really, really, really cheap. So that's why I got it. Now that I have it, I can't get rid of it, because one thing that I know is that the day that I sell it, I'll see this damn watch online somewhere on a post or on eBay, and then I'm gonna want it for some reason, even if it's a watch I already know I don't want. Just the fact that I have it and that I've had it. And this watch is in original condition, because I see a lot of watches that I can tell right away the bezel has been repainted, it's been reloomed, and the dial's been redone. This watch, nothing's been done to it, so of course it's from the 70s, so of course it's got its wear and tear. Show it to you guys. So it's a cool watch for somebody else. It's not a watch that goes with my personality. I'm not a diver. I can't even go 6 foot underwater in the swimming pool because my ears start hurting. So I know for a fact I'm not a diver. I'm a good swimmer. I'm not a diver. I can't dive, so I don't really need a watch that goes 300. Even though this is a vintage watch, so it's got a lot of history to it. if maybe if I was in circles with people that knew more about watches or that were even interested in watches, and we could have conversations about watches. But everybody that I know that's that ever visits my house, they don't care about watches. Sometimes I used to bring out the watch box and try and show them my watches. And do you have any Rolexes? That's basically all they want to see is, do you have Rolexes? But they don't really know anything about watches or history, and they see a watch like this and not interested. So I got another watch here. I'll show you guys. This is the Seiko Poke, which is also an interesting watch. Went to the moon. It's an interesting watch. This one's a little bit cheaper, but it's still a watch that people look for a lot. And yeah, it does have patina, and I mean, the yellow is not a color that I would wear. I don't really wear anything that's yellow. And I know it's got nothing to do because it's just a yellow dial, but for somebody that's a watch guy like myself, or considers myself a watch person, I've been realizing lately that I just don't get along with all my watches. There's watches that I have that I wish that I had the guts to sell and buy something else. Then again, I don't know where to sell it. Where do I sell a watch? eBay's just, I've had a lot of bad experiences with eBay. I'll tell you guys a little experience I had with eBay. I sold a lens, a really good Pentax lens, a 300 millimeter, like a really, really, really good lens. And of course, you have to, pack it up real good. And I shipped it to this person, and this person, like a week later, something like that, they put a claim that the lens is no good, and they send it back. So I had to pay, shipping to that person, going to the mailbox, shipping it. And then I had to pay shipping for my lens to come back. And I know what he did with it. He just used it. He probably had a job, or he did some wildlife photography, and he needed a lens for the week. And he said, well, I'll just get one over the weekend. And he said it didn't work. I tried, getting with eBay and explaining. I sent them a video, it works perfectly fine. They didn't care. So eBay is not somewhere I like selling anything, because I don't know if I send a watch like this and somebody says, well, it doesn't work. eBay doesn't care. They'll just send it back, and I gotta pay, both ways. And so where do you even sell a watch like this? I don't even try even selling watches anymore, and it's just something I want to do. But back to the point, hoarding watches is not a good thing, because we make these things more expensive than they need to be, because there's more watches out there than we realize. But just because the price is going up, or some of the watches are harder to find, then we keep them, because we're saying, well, if I sell it really cheap, what if it's worth some money, 5 years down the road? But that only means that there's a whole bunch of these watches being hoarded everywhere because of guys like me just keeping these watches. But definitely, these are watches that I don't get along with. I do have more watches like that, and sometimes I'm somewhere and I end up wearing a watch like this, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what did I do? Why did I even bring this watch? So they're not watches that I get along with.